everyone, welcome back. My name is Clarissa and I blog over at GirlBudgetLife.com. Have you ever wondered how it is that you and your best friend have the same 24 hours in a day, yet she's able to get 1,000 things done within those 24 hours and you've only managed to get one thing done on your to-do list? Well, you're in luck, because in today's video, I'm going to show you the #1 tool that you can use to create more time. Don't worry, this isn't going to cost you any more money, because chances are you already have this tool either on your smartphone or you've already purchased it. You're just not using it properly. And that tool is a planner. I like to use just pen and paper, but if you have a smartphone, it'll work just as fine. So stay tuned for the rest of the video where I'm going to show you how I use my planner to create more time. So this is how my planner looks like on a typical week. So I have basically all my set appointments scheduled in, and then based on the free time that I have left over, I basically start scheduling my to-dos within those free time slots. So what I'm going to do is show you how I go about setting up my set schedules in my planner, and then using the free time I go ahead and schedule in my to-dos for that week. So this is how I create more time for myself and how I maximize the 24 hours in a day. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done is fill out all of the set appointments that I have for the following week. So I'm planning my week for next week, starting March 3rd. So I went ahead and I scheduled in when I have class, which is usually Mondays and Thursdays from 8 to 10:50. I went ahead and scheduled in when I work my several jobs. So as you can see here, my work schedule is written down. My clinical schedule, which is when I work at the hospitals to get some practice time on what I'm learning in nursing school. I have my at-home business time that I set aside to work on it. And then I have, the rest of the time. So anything that's blank is free time that I have. So by writing down all of my set schedules, I am now able to see clearly exactly how much free time I have in my day. And I like to take into account any commuting time as well. It usually takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to drive to my school, and it takes me about maybe 10 minutes to get to the places that I work. So I do try to take that into account. So if my clinicals are from 7 to 3, I might schedule in that they're from 7 to 3:30, just so that I am factoring in that commuting time, because essentially during that time that you're driving, you don't necessarily have a lot of time to maybe work on your homework. You can make phone calls while you're in the car, but that's, about the extent of the things that you can do. So I do like to factor in my commuting time just so that I can get a true sense of the time, the free time that I have to work on the things that I either need to do or want to do. So once my set appointments are scheduled into my planner, what I do is I take out my master to-do list. I set this next to my planner. And every morning what I do is, sometimes I do it every morning and sometimes I do it weekly, just because my schedule for the most part stays pretty consistent. So I do try to do it once a week. But if you're someone whose schedule kind of changes day by day, then I would suggest that you sit down with your planner and your master to-do list in the morning. And what I do is I take out my master to-do list and I take a look at all the free time that I have for the upcoming week. And we're going to focus just on Monday through Wednesday. And so on Monday I have an exam. And I know that I'm going to be pretty much exhausted after this exam. So the 2 hours after the exam, I'm pretty much going to be out of commission. So I'm not going to schedule anything for the 2 hours after the exam. And the exam usually takes me about an hour to complete. So I'm just going to leave it as that I'm attending a full class from 8 to 10:50. So I'm going to start my free time at 11 o'clock. So at this time I'm already home, and as you can see I have quite a lot of things to do on my master to-do list, and I'm taking into account, you know, it is an exam day, so I don't want to do anything that's going to be too mentally challenging, just because I know that I'm going to be exhausted and I have to go to work later on in the day. So what I do is I look at my to-do list and I think, all right, what from my to-do list is not going to require a lot of concentration and something that I can just fit into the 5 hours that I have before I have to go to work. So I know that I need to go ahead and actually clean up my email inbox. And I need to start planning out my social media posts for my blog, my YouTube channel, and my Instagram, so to take pictures. So that's something that's not going to take a lot of concentration and something that I can get done, you know, within 1 to 3 hours. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and schedule in these tasks. So I'm going to work on cleaning up my inbox, my email inbox, for an hour on Monday. And I'm going to do that between the hours of 11 to 12. So I will go ahead and write that in. As something that I'm going to complete on Monday between the hour of 11 and 12. And I'll just zoom in just so you guys can see that I wrote that in there. Then I said that I also wanted to start scheduling my social media posts. Now I know that for that I need to do some research, I need to look up quotes, I need to kind of just really plan it out. So that's going to take me a little bit more time to kind of go through different websites and look at things that inspire me and come up with like witty little remarks for you guys. So that's going to take me about I would say 2 hours, but I still need to eat and I like to eat lunch. So I'm going to say that after I clean up my email inbox, I'm actually going to just set aside half an hour for me to have lunch or make myself a lunch or a snack or something. So I'm not going to do anything between the hours of 12 and 12:30, so I'm going to leave it blank. But starting at 12:30, I'm going to start working on scheduling and setting up my social media posts, and I'm going to do that from the hours of 12:30 to 2:30. So I will go ahead and write that in. And I said I was going to do that until 2:30, so I'm just going to draw a little arrow and box that off. So now taking a look at my Monday, I know that from 2:30 till about 4:30, I have some time to get something else done because I don't need to really head out the door to go to work until about 4:30 because I really only work down the road. So it's not going to take me a lot of time to commute there. So what can I complete from 2:30 to 4:30? That's an additional 2 hours that I have. What I can do is actually take a look at my to-do list again and take a look at things that I'm able to do in a 2-hour period. I'm not going to start organizing my closet because I know that's going to take me more than 2.5 hours. I'm also not going to sort through my trash, sort through my makeup and figure out what I need to trash or save because that's going to take me longer than 2 hours. But what I can do is I have listed out here that I want to plan out my Sunday date nights with Elvis for the month of March, and I also want to plan out my next few videos for the next 3 months. And that's something that I can do in 2.5 hours. It's just really me sitting down and kind of just brainstorming ideas. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit down on Monday between the hours of 2:30 and 4:30 and just plan out my next 3 months worth of videos and my next few Sunday date nights with Elvis. So I'm going to go ahead and pencil that in to my planner. Now at 5 o'clock, I'm going to start working, and I usually work anywhere, I work from 5 to 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock when I come home, I work on my at-home business for about an hour, and I usually like to get to bed by 10 or 11 o'clock. It really all depends on how quickly I get home after work, because sometimes I don't start until about 9:30. But after that, my day is pretty much all used up, and I always try to work out in the morning, and my workouts are usually between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, or 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning, depending on if I have class or clinicals. So I didn't include that in here, but what you can do is, for example, is instead of me scheduling in plan dates and videos for the next few months or few weeks, I could have fit in a workout there. And that's exactly how I plan my day and how I am able to accomplish so much with having so much on my plate. You all know that I work 2 jobs plus my at-home business. I do YouTube videos, I have a blog, and I'm very active on social media. So it's all about me just really prioritizing what needs to get done, and then just really taking a look at my schedule and realistically looking at the free time that I have and making use of all that free time. I do have one day, which is Sundays, where I basically just focus on me and my relationship with Elvis, my boyfriend. And so usually on Sundays, I will either study for a little bit or work on my at-home business for about an hour to 2 hours. But I usually do that early in the morning because I wake up pretty early, usually around 6 o'clock in the morning, and Elvis doesn't get up until a little later on, so I have some leeway there. But as soon as he gets up, I do try to spend my day with him, and so that's kind of my day to relax, because the rest of the days I'm pretty jam-packed. As you can see, I am up from 5 in the morning and up until 10 o'clock at night, and all of my free time is used up very efficiently to get the most out of my day. So again, if we go back to my current week, y'all can see that I have everything pretty much all planned out. This box over here is where I keep track of my at-home business kind of to-dos. I have my goals set up over on the side just to remind myself weekly, and these are reusable sticky notes, so I just kind of transfer this information to the next week to remind myself of what I am working towards and why I am so busy and why I'm sacrificing TV time because I have a lot of goals that I need to accomplish. But I look pretty busy because I am, and I try to make use of all the free time that I have during the week, giving myself one day to kind of just relax and enjoy life. But this is my #1 tool to getting the most out of the time that I have, and it helps me out so much. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. I want to hear from all of you before you go. Comment below if you are a paper and pen kind of planner person, or if you like to plan your day using the calendar on your smartphone. Make sure you comment below, and if you haven't already checked out my previous video, I have an amazing coaching opportunity for any of you that are interested in health and fitness. Make sure that you check out that video. It's going to be posted down below. All right, I will see you all next week. Bye.